What is up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host Heather C. Unexpected season 5, episode 8 has aired, and we have watched it, critiqued it, and we are going to recap it with you. First things first. Lily and Lawrence were not on the episode for the second week in a row. We do know that things are getting a little heated from previews about gender roles and cleaning houses and cooking and whose job is the hardest. So we're going to get into that next week. But we did see a couple today that welcomed their baby into the world. So let's start out with Tiara and Dee, right? So it's C-section date for Tiara. She's super nervous because her last baby, she had her mom in the hospital with her, and now it's just Dee. And it's not like she's worried that he can't be a good support system. It's just that no one supports you like your mom. And those were her exact words. You know, when you think about your mom, the only person in your life who's always 100% on your side, doing what's best for you and always worried about you is your mom. And this is the first big experience since she's turned 18 that her mom is not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I think because she had an experience last time, where she felt like Dee wasn't that much of a support, but he was also younger,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, time has passed, matured, I'm so after watching it, I think that he was there for her. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I mean, everything else is the doctors, the nurses, the baby. So, I mean, just being there, talking to the person, maybe holding their hand, that's about the best job you can do. That I mean, anybody can fill the shoes for that. And, congratulations to them both. Their baby is beautiful. So beautiful.
She is. She's amazing. So he did bring his PlayStation, which from what we saw, he didn't have time to use. I'm assuming that he didn't. C-sections are very fast. I know because I watch Unexpected that they're faster than regular labor, and the process takes about a half an hour. The baby's out in 10, and then the rest of it, they're closing mom back up. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it's all
sure that
prep.
there wasn't any time for that. So welcome Inslee Joanne Ragland to the world. She was 7 pounds, 19 inches. Congratulations, you guys. She's beautiful. Can't wait to see her grow up and join this tight-knit family that we've all gotten to know on the show. So let's move on to Emerson and Mason, right? So Mateo is 1 day old. He's also amazing, beautiful, tiny, such a gorgeous
So cute.
baby. And it's time for them to be discharged. Literally at his 1 day old, they're ready to discharge. That means that the labor went really well. And the worry starts because Emerson knows that the rules that her mom, Erica, and Sai have set for her are going to make things difficult. And to an extent, I agree with her because she is breastfeeding and she's going to need someone to go and do things for her. Because when you're attached to the baby and you're in a lot of pain, you can't get up and go up and down stairs. You need somebody there physically who can go down the stairs and get things, come up the stairs and get things and do things. And separating them by an entire floor doesn't seem like a lot. But, she needs moral, like she said, moral support. Even if she's sleeping, she just wants to know that he's there. And we watched him take a nap on their after they got back from the hospital and kind of leave her alone. And we have to remember her mom Erica has a 3-month-old, so there isn't really a lot of help to go around because everyone is taking care of their own children and their own responsibilities. And we're wondering, is Mason going to step up? Is he going to realize, when he hears crying and she looks flustered, that's his cue to jump in and help and take over?
I think that with this situation, it's so hard because I understand where both parties are coming from. Like Emerson's looking at it like, okay, well, it's already done and over with. I had a baby. That was your, biggest fear. And, I'm not even thinking about having sex because I just pushed out a baby. So I just want a person there because I'm tired. And, if he falls asleep, I could poke him. And like you said, being in between floors is really hard. But then I also see where her mom is coming from because she looks at it as, okay, well, this is my house. And even though, you want to be grown and you're making grown people decisions, you're still living under my roof. So these are the rules that I have. So it sucks for her, but it's like you have to respect them just like you would in any case scenario. When you're in someone else's house, you have to respect them and their choices and their decisions. They're the ones paying for everything. They're the ones paying the bills. They're the name on the lease or on the deed. So it's like, unfortunately, even though it might not be fair for Emerson or, anything like that, it is what it is. It's what her mom wants, and she has to obey by it. Maybe next they can work on getting some money and saving and getting somewhere of their own, and then she can do whatever she wants in her own house. But yeah, I don't completely fault the mom for wanting to stand her ground, because there are rules. It's her house.
Yeah, I actually applaud Erica because the real world, like you were saying, has rules. So, say they get an apartment, that apartment complex is going to have a list of rules, things that you can and can't do on that property. And Erica is merely giving her a visual of what the real world is like. You can't always get your way, you can't always do exactly what you want. Even in your own place, some people own homes and the HOA still tells them what they can and can't put in their yard. So the real world is just that's what it is and that's what they're getting into. So I understand the lesson that she is trying to teach Emerson, but sometimes lessons have to be learned and not taught. So by them going up to the room, going against her mom's wishes, that's a lesson that she's going to learn. And it's probably going to be the hard way because it could possibly eliminate the help that she has in the house with her. But those are the consequences of the actions.
Exactly.
All right, guys, that's it for part one. We're going to come back with part two, and we're going to talk about Jenna and Aiden and Kylan and Jason. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you're live tweeting with us every Sunday night, the Unexpected Podcast. We're on season 5, episode 8. And I am George Mossey. This is my co host, Heather C. And we'll talk to you guys really soon.
Bye.